The video title is self-explanatory, and if that's something you want, by all means. But if not, you got to do something about it. You got to do something about fighting. You got to do something about running away from being average. Being average in 2025, in 2026, 2027, if that's not what you want, sucks. You won't be able to look in the mirror, because when you settle for average, you're basically negotiating with yourself to being lazy, to giving up, to being a coward, to not having courage, and basically saying, I know I have the potential to be something more. I know I have way more potential than what I'm currently showing. I know if I would have the courage, if I wouldn't be a coward, if I wouldn't be lazy, I could do it, but I decide to settle for average, not because that's what my dream is, to be average, but just because I'm unwilling to not be lazy, I'm unwilling to not be a coward, I'm unwilling I'm unwilling to be courageous. That's what it means. And when your brain and when you know that deep inside you were meant for more, try looking in the mirror. Try talking with somebody. Try talking to yourself. Try not being in a bad mood. Try not being a hater. Try not being jealous. Try not to have destructive behaviors. When you look in the mirror and you know that you suck because you decided to settle. When you look in the mirror and you know that you suck because you decided to settle to be average, that's a very bad feeling. And day by day, it only gets worse. When you look in the mirror and you know that you decided to settle for a life of being average, it's a very bad feeling. And let me tell you, every day it just gets worse and worse. So if that's the route that you want to go to, if that's the route that you want to go through, by all means go. But I wouldn't recommend if that's not what you want. Then all the best experiences in life, all the best women, all the best cars, all the best restaurants, all the best trips, all the best of everything is not experienced by being average. When you are average, you don't produce enough financial results to be able to enjoy the best things in life. So you literally live in a different reality. Think about it. When you are average, you're not going to be able to drive a good car. You're going to drive an average car. When you are average, you're not going to be able to have top-notch clothes or whatever clothes you want. You're going to be able to get whatever you afford and average stuff. When you are average, you're not going to be able to visit the best places on earth, the best locations, the best restaurants, the best experiences. You're not going to have, because those things are priced for people that are not average. Basically, if you are average, you are automatically disqualified from all the best experiences in life. Don't tell me that's what you want. I know that's not what I want. I know that sometimes we have the weakness to settle. At times in my life, I maybe settled for less than what I could do. And I know that living like that is not a way to live. I want to have the best cars. I want to have I will not just do a rundown of all the cars that I want to experience, but I want to have the best cars. I want to have the ability to travel whenever I want to. I want to have the ability to go to Paris tomorrow, go to New York tomorrow, go wherever I want. Right now, I don't have that ability, but I would like to have that ability. And that's cannot be created by being average. I would like to have the ability to eat at all the best restaurants that are, to travel where I want to go, to provide this opportunity to my family, for my family to also dress what they want, to travel where they want, to drive what they want. I want all my friends to have the opportunity to do that. And to create that for yourself, and to create that for the ones you love and for the ones that you appreciate, There is no way in life that you can do that by being average. By choosing to be average, you are contaminating your family. You are contaminating, if you have kids, you are contaminating your kids. If you have brothers, you are contaminating your brothers and sisters. If you have parents, you are contaminating your parents. If you have friends, you are contaminating your friends. And you are contaminating everyone around you with the disease of being average. Because being average is like never going the extra mile, not doing more than you are supposed to, stop at the first sign of adversity, always complaining, never trying to learn, being in a super comfortable position as a way of living. That's what being average basically is. And you contaminate people. I don't want to contaminate my girlfriend with being average. I don't want to contaminate my girlfriend with my weaknesses. I don't want to contaminate my girlfriend with the lack of aspirations and lack of desire to be prosperous. I want to contaminate my family with the opposite. I want to contaminate them with being prosperous. I want to contaminate them with dreaming big. I want to contaminate them with wanting more for themselves. I want to contaminate them with wanting the best that is in life. I want to contaminate them with being happy by being uncomfortable. I want to contaminate them with setting high goals. That's what I want to contaminate my family with. I don't want to look around and all my family is like performing. I don't want to look around and my family I don't want to look around and my family is with low energy, because I'm a low energy guy. I'm a guy that's settled to be average, and everybody around me looks like the example that I'm setting. I don't want that. I take on me the responsibility of not being average and of elevating everyone around me. Another reason why I don't want to settle to be an average person, an average man, is that I want to be an example for my son. I want to be an example for my son. I want to be an example for my family. And how can I be an example? By taking the actions, by looking like somebody that does what he talks about. I don't want to be an example just by giving good advice. I want my son to see me being uncomfortable. I want my son to see me working hard. I want my son to see me waking up early. I want my son to see me reading. I want my son to see me working out. I want my son to see me being gracious. I want my son to see me having patience. I want him to see me setting high goals for myself and going after them. I want him to see me being kind to other people. I want him to see me never taking a no for an answer, always fighting for what's right. I want to set that example. And I need to embody those things. If I settle for average, I automatically will contaminate my son to also be average. And I don't want him to be average. I want him to be a fucking king. I want him to be a winner. And last but not least, when you settle to be average, you basically negotiate. And last but not least, when you settle to be average, you basically decided to die. The day you put in your mind that you are going to be average, if that's not what you want, that's the key part here is, if that's not what you want. If that's what you want, by all means. But if that's not what you want, the day you commit to settle for being average and that's not what you want, that's the day you died. You physically die, whatever date you die down the line, but honestly, if you are 30, if you are 35, if you are 40, if you are 25, if you are whatever age you are, and in your mind, you're not trying to be the best you can be, and you are just settling for average, you're dead. The day that you decided to settle for being average, and that's not what you want, that's the key sentence. If that's not what you want, if that's not what you dream of, but you decided still to settle for less, that's the day you die. Doesn't matter if you are 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Doesn't matter what age you are. The day that you decided that you will live your life comfortably, settling for average and not trying to be all you can be, that's the day you died. That's about it.